What's going on, you guys? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. You're now watching the podcast, The Selfish Leader. I'm super excited about this podcast because, man, I got a dope guest today. And, man, I'm telling you right now, if you ain't ready, you might want to get ready. So make sure you get that pen and pad and be ready for what's about to go down. But also, you guys, make sure you guys like, share, and leave comments. I see the comments. I'm gonna pull the comments on stage. So if you have anything that you hear, you got any questions, we want you to bring them up, man, so we can answer those questions. So we get with you. My podcast, man, is here to bring on dope people that are exceptional, that's doing great things in their spirit, in their spirit influence, and in what they're doing. But also they're gonna talk about how they are leading in those spaces too. So we're gonna dig deep. We're gonna dive deep. But my homeboy, he say this all the time, man. Make sure you get your long pencil, long pen for your short memory. So grab that long pen. So we about to do this. So my guest today is the famous. No, I'm just like my guest today, man. You guys know me. I don't do any bios. I let her do it herself. But my guest today is about to drop some things. So Miss Baxter, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? So am I doing my bio now or do
You
you want me?
hey drop hey let people know who you are and all that good stuff, and we rock and roll, so let them know who you are.
Okay, so I am Shamica Baxter. I go by Dear Shamica on social media. I am a certified life coach. I am a self-proclaimed life enthusiast. I am a purpose pusher. I am also the owner and founder of the Baxter Initiative, where we help and support college students getting into their career. I'm sorry, I got choked up, y'all. But
It's
where
all
we
good.
help and support college students with getting into their career field. I think that is so important because I graduated from college and I ended up being a warehouse worker immediately. So I just wanted to create a space where college students could get the help and support they need into transitioning into their careers. So that's pretty much it about me. But I'm happy to be on this platform. Thank you guys for having me.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't know if you still can hear me.
I
Hey, if
can.
you can still hear me. I don't know what happened to my camera,
I
and
just
my
see three
camera is,
dots
is starting
blinking.
to trip. So it's
It's like a,
technology. What I did, I don't know. So we gonna keep rolling, man. I am
yeah.
not gonna stop this train, and we gonna keep rolling. So
It's the Dear
so it's
Shamika
pretty.
takeover. I took over your show.
Hey, you know that. Hey, if you want to be the solo, it's all
Oh
good.
no, 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 no. This is
Hey,
your
it's
show.
all
I
good.
cannot run your show.
Hey, it's all good. We'll figure it out. Hey, so you say you're a life coach, and in life coaching, you have those different things that are different opportunities to actually help clients to get to that next level as they're starting to come to you. What are some two keys that you look for when you actually bring a client on? Because I know sometimes it can be difficult and easy at the same time to have a client. But what are two things that you look for so that you can make sure that is the proper client for you, but also they're tapped into what you're going to give them and you're going to see maximal results from them?
So self motivated and growth centered. So I want somebody that is open to growing and they are motivated and want to go into the direction of growing. So basically, what a life coach, because a lot of people don't necessarily know what a life coach is. It is somebody that guides you so that you can maximize your life's potential in a strategic way. My tagline for my business is strategic success. So we do believe that success takes strategy. So we say where success meets strategy. A lot of people, when they wake up in the morning, they wake up with really no goals and no aim, and they just do things. It's almost like throwing darts in the dark. And what we like to do is give clients some type of structure as far as how they lead their lives. And I think a lot of us, when we think of success, we don't measure success in a holistic way. So I also want clients to know that success is more than just a job. Success is your family life. Success is your budget. Success is how you run a household. It is it's more than just, what we do on a day to day to make money. So it's
Love it.
strategic success. And one of the tools we use in life coaching is called the wheel of life. If you guys ever get a chance, you guys can look it up. But it's basically a tool that helps you measure where you are in different areas of life versus where you're wanting to be.
Love it, love it, love it. So as a client goes through this, goes through your actual coaching, uh, the results that many look to have for when they bring on a life coach and want, what is one thing that you tell that individual? I know that you want them to have the drive, you want to have the passion, you want to have the desire, but what is that one thing that you can tell that individual so that not only that when you're pouring into them, it actually sticks? Because sometimes some individuals, it doesn't take root right away. What is one thing that you can tell them that they need to do when you actually give them that coach to make it stick?
Like one of the things is know where you are on your personal journey, and set realistic expectations for yourself. We
Love it.
lived in a digital era where, if you get caught up in the social media fantasy land of everybody's just grinding and everybody has the big house, all the money, the nice cars, and all that good stuff, we somehow think that we have to catch up to those people, but we measure our day one by their year 10. So just knowing where you are and working with and being fine with, first of all, being fine with where you are, and figuring out what some small goals are for yourself to get to your next level, and not worrying about where the next person is, and being okay with where you are.
Love it.
Because
Love it.
your big growth may be somebody may have did what you're trying to do 10 years ago, and that's okay. But we don't measure our success by where other people are. We have to look at where we are.
Love it. Love it. So the question is why did you get involved in life coaching?
Because I had a life coach that changed. He's still transforming my life. So he
Love it.
was able to pinpoint an area in my life, and I still, that area that he was able to pinpoint, sometimes, I get sucked back into that area. But he was able to show me areas like, this is what you're struggling with. And the one thing I was struggling with was impacting me in various areas of my life, and I didn't realize that it was. So what he was offering me is accountability, structure, and goal setting that nobody else had really given me. And like, if you didn't know, I'm from the Whitehaven community. I didn't necessarily
Oh
have
man, here we
mentors,
go. Another Whitehaven person. Here we go.
but I didn't Haven, but I didn't necessarily, me growing up, I was one of those kids that was counted out. Like, my high school teacher told me, and you're not college material and things like that. And I ended up going
Right.
to college. But what my life coach helped me do is to figure out life, like figure out, like, okay, these are pinpointing things that I needed to work on. And he still helps and support me in pinpointing things I need to work on, because what people have to understand, when you get coaching, it's a consistent journey. It's never, you never reach a point that it stops. It's a consistent journey of growth. It's a consistent journey, or a constant journey of self-reflection and introspection, and figuring out who you are and what you can do to get to your next level. Because a lot of us haven't been taught to look within ourselves to figure out, what is it in me that I need to improve, and how do I go about improving it. Because we're always looking to other people. Like, I may see your strength and say, oh, I want to be like Lawrence, when my strength may be totally different. But if I don't know who I am as an individual, how can I tap into that gift? And I think life
Love it.
coaches help you figure out, like, what is my gift and how do I tap into those things.
Love it, love it, love it. That's great. That's great. So I'm super excited that you now in this life coaching thing, man, helping people out. So
I
in your
help myself
bio,
out. I'm still learning about, like, honestly, I learned about myself, and I
yeah.
learned to show myself grace, because, like I said, we live in this social media world of perfection. And so I think a part of the human experience is to feel like, maybe not be overly emotional, but we've lost feeling. Like we don't know how to
Yeah.
feel anymore. So everything is like
Right.
So I'm learning to be okay with the journey of I don't know it all. I'm still learning things. Show yourself grace. You got this thing. And even if you fell along the way, just keep moving because like the life is a reminder, like you're still alive. So sometimes
Right.
we're hurt and disappointed in life because it's like, I wish, I would have succeeded in this thing, or I wish I would have maybe my budget, like I planned on buying the house this year, or I planned on my bank account looking like this. But it's
Yeah.
like, it's okay. Just learn from those things and grow. So the life coaching is helping me, like my own life coaching is making me look at myself and say, okay, these are areas I need to grow in.
I love it. I love it. Like, I remember when I just really accepted me. Like, I really had to accept me and really had to understand that I love me some me. And T.O. said that a while back. And, I wasn't a T.O. fan. He's a, football player for the San Francisco 49ers when he said that. But it didn't hit me back then. I was like, oh, he's so selfish and he's so into himself. But he was like, I love me some me. And when I finally caught hold of what he really was saying, and I watched like how he talked, I was like, oh man, I, you know what? I relate to him. And I had to get to that place where I'll be like, yo, I love me some me. And so now I just go out and I be me. I'm who I am. You gonna get who I am. And I
Right,
feel more
exactly.
fulfilled and I feel more energized because I'm not trying to pretend to be who I'm
Come
not.
on.
And I'm not trying to hold up this person that everybody else want me to be. And it's like, yo, I can't fulfill what you want me to be. I can't be that person. I can only be me. And so I've been on a selfish journey for about 2.5 years where I've been like loving on me and being super selfish for me because I know that in my heart, that's why I named this podcast The Selfish Leader, is that I know that when you have proper uh, character with selfishness, then it actually helps you out instead of hinder you. And so I'm just trying to remove that negative connotation out of selfishness and say, look, you got to take care of you first before you take care of anybody else. So make sure you full before you go
Mm-hmm.
try to fill somebody else. And I tell
Absolutely.
people every day, and then we'll tap back into another conversation about what's
Mhm.
in your bio. But I tell people this all the time. Yo, I'm not giving you like you can't have nothing in my cup, but you can have any and everything off the saucer. What I mean by that is this: out, even though you're not in my cup, the saucer still have the same kind of contents on it. So it's the same contents. You just not getting as much of it, but you are getting the same contents. But I can't give you what's in my cup because I gotta stay full. So,
Mhm.
man, you got me over here motivating and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, because we got to get it out here in these streets, and sometimes life
Right.
be life in. And even when
Yeah.
life, I love Les. I don't know if you know who Les Brown is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
who
I
Les
know
Brown
Les
is,
Brown.
but he, like, life
Yeah.
will knock you down. But he said, if you can look
Gotta
up,
be
you can get up.
hungry.
He said, if you can look up, you can get up. And I was also
Right.
listening to Eric Thomas this morning. And he was like, when you look at a diamond, he was like, diamonds are put under extreme pressure. And
Mm-hmm.
like you cut a diamond, then you put it under extreme heat. So he was like, in order to be a diamond, you go through so much pressure. So pressure makes diamonds. And so he was like, everybody feels like, they're designed to be a diamond until they have to go through the journey of being a diamond. So
Yeah.
I like to self reflect and introspect just on things, on life. And so I was like, the mission of a champion is for the few, because everybody can't be a champion. It's
Yeah.
a lot. Like, even with the training of a champion, I was listening. My personal trainer was talking about this guy. He trained for months. She was like, he trained for months to just run a race that only lasted a few seconds. So
Mm-hmm.
even the mind state of a champion is, I'm about the life, and I'm about the grind, and I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get to my next level, even if it hurts.
Love it. Love it. Love it. We actually got a question for you. A question coming up from Dr. Sean Board. He said, "What's the difference between life coaching and counseling?"
Okay, so a therapist is a licensed therapist. We're not therapists, so I don't help with trauma. I don't help with, those mental illness issues or anything like that. I help with goal setting. So my focal point is goal setting and with the achievement of goals. So I would never counsel someone on a marriage or, like childhood trauma or anything, because that's out of my realm.
Love
So
it, love it, love
counseling
it.
is more so of, we're working for the future. Counselors work backwards, if that
Gotcha,
makes
gotcha.
sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Like you got to be a doctor to hit the
Yeah,
counsel
you
button.
have
You
to
know what
have
I'm
that
saying?
licensure. I
Have
can't
that license.
now
Yeah.
I am a licensed mental health first aid, so that
Gotcha.
I can identify, like, okay, this person may be suicidal and things like that, but I really don't use that certification in this realm. I just do the life coaching within this realm. But outside of this, I do help disabled people find employment. Just a fun fact about me. So I
Gotcha.
do
Gotcha.
direct a program that helps with that.
All right. So before we talk about your organization that you founded,
Uh-huh.
I want to. We know we just crossed into the new year, and you talked about goals, and we just crossed into the new year, and everybody talk about SMART goals, right? And everybody can lay out the SMART goals: specific, measurable, obtainable. You know, all
Realistic
those
and
different,
timely. Yeah.
yeah, all those things, right? And
Yeah.
we quote them, we say them, we do vision boards, and all this good stuff, right? What is one key? Like I'm talking about a hard nosed, frustrating one key that you can say when you're setting your goal needs to be the root thing because we understand challenges are going to happen.
Intentionality. And I'm glad you
Intentional.
said
Okay, let's go.
intentionality needs to be the root thing. And I'm glad you said that. I want to invite you all to an event that I'm having at the Whitehaven Library on the 20th at
Let's
1
go.
p.m. So if you guys are available at 1 p.m. on January, I don't know why I said July, January the 20th at 1 p.m., I will be at the Whitehaven Library and we're having an intention setting party. So we're going to set our intention for the new year because I think with vision boards, sometimes we get so caught up in the gluing and the cutting that we're not just writing the vision and making a plan. We just want to write down our goals because when you write them down, you have something to work with and look forward to. So we're going to have an intention setting party on the 20th. But the biggest word that sets out to me with goal setting is being very deliberate and intentional because a lot of times when we do things, we do them on a whim. We don't, a lot of us don't lead intentional lives. We
Mm,
just wing life. And I don't know if you've ever heard people say, "Ooh, I can't wait for today to be over with. I'm ready to go." Like they're
yeah,
wishing their lives away. When you hate your life, you start wishing it away. Isn't that funny to you? Like, have
yeah.
you ever heard people say, "Oh, I can't wait until today over with. I can't wait until Friday."
Right, right.
Because you don't lead an intentional life. You lead a life that you don't like. So a lot of people
Yeah,
wish their lives away. But if you liked what you did every day, or you were very intentional about your goals, like let's say you set a goal, like I'm gonna save X amount of money and then I'm gonna go on a trip, and you were actually achieving your goals, it that those little goals give you something to look forward to. And
right.
that's why I say
Get those wins. Get
intentionality
those
is
wins
so
underneath
important.
your belt.
Hmm?
Get those wins underneath your belt.
Yeah, when you start winning, it's like, wow, I
Right.
remember, like, this is something, and it may not be big to y'all, but it was big to me at the time. So I registered for an organization called Operation Hope, and we
Yeah.
had a pitch competition. A lot of people know I won the pitch, but a lot of people don't know a monetary prize came with that pitch. So that was I won $5,000. And that was my first pitch competition. So even leading, like everything leading up to that, it's like, oh my God, I won. So, even going through the program, leading up to something and having something to look forward to and then being rewarded, it's like, oh, what's the next goal? So
Yeah.
that intentionality and then actually being rewarded from being diligent and consistent, it feels really good. So once you start being intentional with your life will start feeling better. Sometimes like even with my clients with the program that I run, they outside of what I do, outside of my business, when they're not working, they've expressed feelings of depression. But once they start working and working towards something, they say, Shamica, I feel so much better because I'm actually working towards something. So
Love it.
goal setting is
Love it. Love
extremely
it.
important.
Cool, cool. Let me throw a commercial break inside here. I feel like I saw that it felt like her phone was dropping, man. But it's all good, man. We've been having some actual technical issues here, but it's okay. We'll keep rocking, keep going. Hey, you guys, make sure you guys like, share this podcast, and make sure you guys leave comments. We do see those comments. We're going to answer those questions, and we're going to throw out of there. So until she sends back information, she'll send back the link, and I'll see her come back up on the green screen here. What I would do is I'm going to read the questions and all that good stuff. Hey, Mr. Coleman, appreciate you, man. Hey, I appreciate what's going on, man, and thank you for that. So you guys, man, you guys hear about her talking about goals and setting goals and that and what was there, right? And so what I want to do is until she comes back up, and if she don't come back up, then I'll just ride the show, man. Come on now, you know how we do it. We ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? So I just ride the show, change the screen. Bam, you see me change the screen like right in front of your face, right? We fix the technical difficulties, right? We do not change. We continue, we move on, we make the adjustments and go. This can be led into a great motivational moment. If she doesn't come back on, we'll do a part two. It's no problem, man. So don't worry about the adjustment. Don't worry about when there's a problem happening and you have the power to adjust and move forward. You go ahead on and do it, right? And so you just keep moving forward, keep going, and then drop some, man. Because guess what? The bigger thing is that the value that you bring. I see the people that are coming. I see the people that are watching me right now and watching this show. And I just want to say, listen, as you start to see that there may be something in your life, there may be an issue that show up or something like this happens that interrupts your day or interrupts your moment right then and there, very quickly. Don't panic. Because guess what? You have the answers. Don't panic because guess what? You have what you need to switch it over. Cause because no matter what, you will find the solution. You will find the way. And once you are calm and not panicking in it, then the solution happens and you know how to get it and you know how to create it and make it happen. Because guess what's gonna happen? The thing that you was already doing, it'll come back around and guess what happens? It's more perfected, it's better, it looks better, it sounds better. And so I don't want this is a teaching moment we just had. That interruption came about. I didn't panic. I don't have an engineer. It's me by myself. It's me by myself changing and moving and doing everything by myself. I didn't panic because I have the solutions. I didn't panic because I've already built the solution in so that if something like this happened, I'm prepared. I'm not ready, I'm prepared. So she just dropped back in the green screen. So guess what we're about to do? We're about to drop a commercial break. And after the commercial break, we'll come right back up and we'll get right back in this thing, man. So please, you guys, make sure you guys leave your comments. Make sure you guys share this out. And in about 30 seconds, we'll be right back and we'll get this thing back rocking and rolling, man. This is the Selfish Leader Podcast, and we'll see you in 30. Let's go. And we are back. We are back in the place, back in what we're doing. And now she is back on the spot. We back in the house. We back where we at. We doing this thing, man. So yeah, so Shamica, I know we was in the vein of talking about the goals and being intentional and you talked about that you have something going on in Whitehaven. I don't know if you still got that thought. You want to close it out so we can go and transition into your organization and what that's happening with college. You got anything else off of that?
Absolutely. So with Whitehaven Library, we have an intention setting party, and I'm inviting you all. If you have friends, family members that you feel like could benefit from it, there's no age limit put on this. So even if you want to bring your kids out, let's go ahead and set our intention for the new year. I know the new year's just getting started, so we want to go ahead and set our intentions so that we can achieve some goals together.
Love it, love it, love it.
January
All right,
20th
get
at
out
1
there.
p.m. Whitehaven Library.
Get out there in Whitehaven Library, January the 20th. All right, set them goals, be intentional. All right, so you said you are you have an organization where you're a founder of, and you helping college students actually, after college. So, what is that organization, and why was this a huge purpose for you to actually create and get going, and what is your successes with that?
Okay, so the Baxter Initiative, we're launching the well, we've launched this year. So my introductory meeting will be January the 30th via Zoom. It'll be, you guys add me on social media. I will be sure to post that link. So I'm gonna do a Zoom session, and then I'll be doing different sessions across the city. So as I do those different sessions, just to introduce the community to my services, then you guys will be able to take advantage of the services that my organization provides. But I'll give a little background, and then I'll go into the spiel of what services we offer. So a little background about me: I'm what we call a first generation college student. Lawrence, do you know what a first generation college student is?
You the first one that went to college out of
Yeah,
the
so
family.
I'm the first one in my family that went to college, and what that means is I had to figure out everything on my own. So I didn't have anybody that knew, what care packages are. So some
Mm,
kids have family who give them care packages. I didn't know, I didn't know anything about a care package. I didn't know anything about dorm life. I didn't know anything about networking or joining organizations or how organizations can leverage you. I didn't know the class schedules, and I didn't know about, the waking up for yourself. I didn't know about the freshman 15, or, you as freshmen, they say you gain the 15 pounds. It's called the freshman 15 or the sophomore
yeah,
20, all of those things that it would have been helpful. I didn't know about goal setting. I thought, you go to college, you get a job. I didn't
yeah,
know, once you get out of college, you may not be able to get a job if you haven't put yourself in a position to get a job. So what happened to me after college, because nobody educated me on what happens next, I ended up a temp at a warehouse for a couple of
mm,
years until I learned how to network. I learned how to network in that warehouse. So I started telling people, yeah, I got degrees. So this guy's like, why are you on the production floor? Like, we're going to help you get in the engineering department. But something happened, and my assignment ended like a week before. That's neither here nor there, but I learned
yeah,
like the value of networking while I was in that warehouse. So after that, I worked at youth villages. I only worked there for 4 months. I said, this is not my calling, God. So I put in my man, you villages. If anybody know, I don't know if any of you guys have worked at you villages. Rain, sleet, snow, you have to be there. You cannot miss you villages. And also on Saturdays, like we had rotating weekends. Those weekends were 16, like a 16-hour shift. So you
yeah.
there from 6 in the morning to 10 at night, and then you got to do casework, case notes after you get out. I was like, this is not my calling. And after that, I was like, I'll never do a job I don't want to do. So I ended up
Gotcha.
getting a job, a job that I work at now, where I help and support disabled people with getting employment. So the difference between my company and the one that I work for now is I basically do the same thing, but for college students. So, the goal setting, the networking piece, educating them on how to leverage themselves to different employers, job searches, work life balance, things like that, how to navigate their career center, and things like that. So, everything I do is to help leverage them so that they're more desirable by employers. Because it's one thing to go to college, but it's another thing when you have leverage. And a lot of people, if you don't have that family member that's telling you, okay, this is how you navigate after college, or I'm going to provide you mentorship, then you don't have a competitive advantage against the kids who maybe their family members already went to college, and their family members have already been grooming them and giving them the game to be successful. And what I am tired of is people saying, man, a degree don't mean nothing. My degree was meant everything to me because
Yeah.
without the Tennessee State University, I wouldn't be the woman that I am. So I bleed blue because TSU really developed me into the woman that I am today. But we want to ensure that people aren't just going to college, but they're getting the college experience, but they're actually setting themselves up for success after college. And that's where my organization comes in. It's where success meets strategy.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So, you guys, once again, you guys, if you guys have any questions, have anything that you actually want to drop in the comments, make sure you let me know so that I can put it on the comment and put it in here. The technology today, it may be because of the weather in our area or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's all good, man. We're doing a great show, and we'll keep going. And this is going to tie into an amazing end because I do a motivational piece at the end. Oh my God, I got something. I'm finna tie all this together and make it super fire. All right, so we appreciate everything that you're doing, Ms. Shamika, and doing the things that you're out here. And I love that you're helping the college students to learn about networking because networking is a key. Like my life has been growing and touching and moving in a way because of networking, right? And I've been exposed to things because of networking. Like it's been crazy. Majority of my life is military, so I've been in the military over 22 years, and so majority of my life has been that, and so I've been deployed and moving around. But coming back on stateside and being in civilian life, networking is key. And they say that your network is like your net worth, but those networks can actually open up different things. So to tell the college students like, hey, let's get you networking, let's get you moving, that is super dope because I've never did college like that. Well, I did some college, but I never like graduate like that with college. But I just took classes because the military told me to do. But I understand that no, some college students don't have that outside. You know what I'm saying? They don't have what I had. I had a leverage with the military, but they get out and they go some places that they didn't get a degree in, and so then they hate college or they hate that they did that, and now they're in debt. So it's great that you're helping them to tap into that. So Shamik, tell everybody your social media, all that good stuff, and we wanted you to give a quick, kind of like closeout of what you want to say and all that good stuff. And please, oh no, let's not end right now. You have a podcast.
I
You
do.
have a
I do have a podcast.
podcast, and we ain't say nothing about them podcasts, but we got to shout out that podcast too now and get that podcast rocking and roll. So shout out that podcast and tell them what the podcast is about before we go into
I'm
telling
a
people about your social media stuff.
what is my podcast? Lawrence. I'm gonna tell you though. Like
Uh
I
huh.
am, y'all. When I say I love, like, also a lot of you guys don't know. If you had to guess my major, what would you think my major was in college?
Fashion.
I was a mass communications major and a psychology major. So I actually went to school for radio. So I have
Okay.
degrees in radio and so I'm my mind. I said that to say this. I don't just have a podcast, I have a compilation of podcasts. So one of my
Mm-hmm.
podcasts is called the In the Gym series where we interview business owners. One of my podcasts is called The Disconnect. That's a relationship series. We got 100 Real Love Stories where we interview couples. So, like, and then I'm going to come out with one because I like to be specific. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to have one for college students later on. But right now, like, I just got a lot. I got a lot going on. But what I'm mostly focused on is the one with business owners. So the In the
Love it.
Gym series. But if you look me up, on YouTube, I'm Dear Shamica, DearShamica. Really, Dear Shamica on all platforms. But if you look me up on YouTube, then you'll see my podcast. If y'all ever want to be on there, or Lawrence, if you ever want to be on there, let me know and we will make it happen.
Hey, I'm down. I'm always down. You give me a mic, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But Shamika, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for being on here. We had those different glitches that happen in
Oh
and
yes,
out, right?
man. My
Yeah,
my
it's still glitching because I'm on a delay. I'm saying everything and there's a delay that's
yeah, my
happening
my
in the
mass comm teacher
video.
told me, he said whatever can go wrong. It's Murphy's law. Whatever can go wrong
Yeah.
will go wrong, but we made it happen.
Yeah. Are we here? Oh, I got a motivational moment that's about to go down. It's about to hit hard. I'm telling you right now. But I want to thank you for being a guest on my show and coming on and all that good stuff. And I do not take it for granted when you guys come on here. And I do not take it for granted that I get an opportunity to speak to people that have people, say and listen to us, right? Because this mic has become very powerful. You can say some bad stuff and become powerful. You can say some positive stuff, it can become powerful. And so when you respect the mic, which I am intentional about that with anybody and everybody that comes on, when you respect the mic, I believe it would transform people's lives. It would touch people's lives and they would do an amazing thing. So I appreciate you actually tapping in and staying on and all that good stuff and then showing up and battling through our technical difficulties.
No worries. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So you guys, man, make sure you guys like, share all that. Go and look up Shamica and get her podcast and look up all the things. And if you trying to get on a podcast, she just said, come on through, DM her, and hit those different things up. All right, so I want to give this motivational moment before I get out of here, and I'm going to drop it really quick. You guys saw all those technical issues that we had. There's a glitch happened. There's a phone drop. My camera kept going off. It dropped Shamika out, and then I had to transition and move and go to these different things, right? And so, as you look at your life, as you moving towards the thing that you're called to, the thing that you're supposed to be doing in the earth, the thing that's calling your name, the thing that that you want and you're desiring to do, there are going to be the hiccups. There's going to be the slants, the ins and the outs and the pitfalls, but you got to look at those as opportunities. You cannot look at those as though that's something that sits you that push you off course. Oh, I'm off course now. I can't do it no more. I got so much of a setback. Listen, listen, I'm finna say something that's gonna probably hurt you, but I love you. Stop saying everything is a setback. Stop saying that. Stop saying everything is a pitfall. Stop saying that everything has crushed me. Oh, now I can't get up and I can't move. Listen, if God gives you energy and God gives you the ability to wake up, like she said, like Les Brown said, if you can look up, you can get up. God is now giving you that ability to
Yes.
have another day, to have another chance. Because guess what? Inside of you, you have had these challenges and opportunities over and over again. So, guess what? You now are prepared to move on. You know the answers to the test. It's just you need perfection in the test. You know what you need to do. There's a business that you know you got to do. You understand it. Okay. You didn't understand this side over here. All this is telling you to do is to perfect the thing that you're pursuing. So, when you see that opportunity, when you see that opportunity that change or shift your mindset, if you go into it and saying it's perfecting the thing that I'm pursuing, then watch how grateful, how exciting, how loving, how caring, how passionate you will be about that thing that you're pursuing. Because guess what? We're waiting for that opportunity. We're waiting for your gift to come out. We're waiting for the book. We're waiting for the business. We're waiting for the podcast. We're waiting for you to start speaking. We are here waiting for you. And nobody can do it but you. You got to take the approach of the burger joints. Burger King and McDonald's, they don't mind being on the same corner. They don't trip and be like, well, because McDonald's on the corner, I can't be on the corner. Nah, I'm gonna be on the corner too because guess what? Somebody gonna like it.
Mm-hmm.
So don't trip if you look and say, well, this person is doing the same thing I'm doing. Hey, there is 7.1 billion people in the world. I can't have all of them. Shamika can't have all of them. You gonna have yours. So don't quit on you. All right,
And,
man.
and also,
Well,
I got something to say. Y'all know I like to talk. Well, y'all found out today. I like talking, but we're all interdependent. So we all depend on each other to get to our next level. So kind of like I'm on this podcast. Um, Eventually he's going to be on mine, and interdependence is what helps us get to our next level.
yeah.
So
So I
we
want to I
depend
want
on
to
each
thank
other. So let's get it.
Yeah, so I want to thank everybody who came on, everybody who can hear the sound of my voice. I would rattle off everybody's names, But I got everything else. So you saw your comment come up. So make sure you guys you like, you share, and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you, Shamica, for coming on. And you guys know I sign out like I always do. We may not be the solution, but we will be the antidote. I love you guys. Have a great day, and we will see you on the next show. Let's go.